putting in one of our standalone dual dash cams today. So our front facing camera, small screen here, and the rear camera here. So we'll go and put this in today and I'll show you what it's all about. So you can actually see they had a camera in here all like ready, and it's got a rear one as well. If you can see at the back there, I'll pop the boot, but it had a rear one as well, so we'll put a rear camera in as well. Quite a lot of customers find some of the cameras, the cheaper ones, they seem to crap themselves after about 2 years. Not sure why, because there's not too much in them to actually go wrong. I can only assume it's something to do with heat and the board in there. There must be something like loose, but it seems to be quite a common issue across a number of different brands. And not sure why it happens, because at the end of the day, this is just a board and a sensor in here that should be pretty good and should work for a long time. So not sure what goes on with those ones, but we're going to replace it for this customer today in this Vhedia Sport. Now, a quick little rundown. What we've done is we've popped that little bottom bit off there. We didn't actually have to do that. If you're using our fuse taps, you will, but you just need to check. If you're using those fuse taps, if your fuse box is over this side or like that side, on like this guy here, it's actually over here. So you actually want to take the cable along like this side. And you can see we've taken off the trim along here because we want the cable to run down here. Now, because we're using our OBD easy connection kit in here, we don't have to use the fuse taps. But if you are using the other fuse taps, it's like basically they just plug into the fuse, so you've got a different video that covers that. But anyway, you just want to check it's all working as it should be. So you can see I've plugged in the yellow actual rear camera, and we've got the front and like rear camera happening. And then you want to obviously turn it off and just run through some of the settings, set parking mode and some other things. So we've used the fuse taps in here, and if you can see up in here, the ones that were on our kit were the correct size, so I'll put them straight in. If they aren't, we include different fuse taps, and it just means you have to chop our wires and put the different ones on. It's also handy to have the spares too, because like these are like a built-in one, so if you ever blow a fuse, you will have to use our other fuse taps. However, that shouldn't really happen unless something goes wrong, so that should all be okay. Now, we grabbed a multimeter here, and we had to find, and you can just touch the top of these, the little like silver bits on the top. You can see that we had to find the one that had power when the car was off, and then the one that had power when the car was on. So the yellow one there, you can see, has power the whole time, so when the car's off, so that allows the camera to go into parking mode, which means it can film when it gets sort of shaken or whatever, a bit like a security camera when the car's off and not locked up. The other one's our ACC here, that just tells the car that it's on. Now these are 15 amp fuses in there, so if you can find some 15 amp ones to match that, that's good. And again, the yellow one has power the whole time, so just put your multimeter, the red side on the top of these here, and put the black side to earth, and find other one that reads 12 volt when the car's off, and then find one that reads 12 volt when the car's on. Now the earth here, you can use our multimeter to test the earth. The earth here was just like a ring one that's on our kit here, our Hardwire kit. Very easy to attach. So that's all done, and then we've just run the cable up here. We'll run it along here to the rear view mirror. So we have the rear camera installed there. So you can see we put it behind the rear view mirror, so you can't actually see it when you're in the car until you sort of come around here. And you can see we've just run the cables up there, along there, down there. We've tapped into our fuses there, and the rear cable's just been tucked up along inside the edge there. And now you'll see when we start our car up, our unit will power up, and you can see we have our front and rear videos happening there. So all being recorded. And now you'll see when I turn the car off, parking mode comes on, which will the screen will stay on for about a minute. You can change your setting, and then it will flick back off, and I'll go into parking mode, and then it comes on if there is a shock or like a sensor. It will start recording, and it will record for a minute or up to 5. You can set the time. So that's all done. Dash camera installed. So perfect dash camera, gives you 4K on the front, 2K on the back. You can get the single camera option, so just facing forward. The 2 camera option, so you can go forward and one in the back, or you can go forward and one in the cab, so facing the driver and the passenger, or the 3 camera option, which is forward, in cab, and one at the back. Now the rear camera, you can see it put up on the window there at the back. is waterproof, so it can be mounted inside or outside. It's got 2 screws in it underneath the stick pad, so you can screw that down and you can actually mount it like that. So yeah, good quality screen, you can see, so you can tell it's on. You can actually sort of pull the camera off too if you want to actually sort of use the screen like manually to view things. It has an app, so you can connect it to your phone to view footage, and it runs live or in parking mode, so that's when the car's off and it gets like sort of shaken or like something, it will record footage. Or when the car's off too, you can do time-lapse mode, so it's always taking images. So that's about it. All looking pretty good.